Okay, nampak tak my screen? Can you all see the screen?
Nampak
Okay,
Doktor.
okay, good. Okay, so this is a continuation of the chapter on Syariah position on the profession of financial planning. It covers regulatory framework, so things that involve legal aspects, okay, regulations, okay, things like that. Hari itu kita belajar more or less on the concepts of it. Hari ini on the bodies that are governing the financial operation in Malaysia. Okay, this group regulates financial planning activities in Malaysia. Okay, first, the most important is the Securities Commission. Okay, it's called Suruhanjaya Security Malaysia, Securities Commission Malaysia. Okay, so what's the function? Hold on, I have to add. Okay, Securities Commission, they will regulate the issuance of Capital Market Service License, yes, CMSL, and Capital Market Service Representative License, CSMRL. This is based on the Capital Market Services Act 2007. Okay, so it involves the operation at the Bursa. Okay, whatever they do, the procedures that they have to follow in order to have the shares listed and all that have to be based on what have been issued by the Securities Commission. So there are licenses that they will need to take for the capital market, okay, and for representative license, if they give services direct to clients, so they will have to have this license, okay, CMS RL. Okay, so the act is based on CMS Act 2007. Then we have Bank Negara Malaysia. Okay, of course, Bank Negara Malaysia is directly involved in all aspects of the regulations pertaining to the financial operations in Malaysia. So mainly what's under Bank Negara is the regulation and issuance of financial advisors license, okay, FAL, or financial advisors representative license, FARL. Okay, these are the license that will be issued to people who want to do businesses in, for example, insurance. Okay, so the insurance companies have to get their license from Bank Negara, and those who are going to operate directly to the customers in terms of financial services, okay, with the Sharia or non-Sharia. So they at the bottom there, Insurance Act 1996 for the insurance operators, maknanya semua lah, all the takaful, okay, they have to follow the Insurance Act. And Financial Services Act, okay, this is more recent because it's based on the financial services sector, which is still quite recent, okay, based compared to the insurance. And Islamic Financial Services also, FSA, also 2013. So these are regulated by Bank Negara. Okay, so there are bodies which represent the professionals working in the financial industry. So for example, Malaysian Financial Planning Council. So you all have attended the workshop conducted by MFPC last 2 weeks. Yeah, last 2 weeks you all attended. So MFPC provide so many trainings, okay, for those who are interested to learn more about the financial services. Okay, this is a supporting body for financial planning through certification programs. So they have a registered financial planner program, and they have a Sharia registered financial planner. So I think those who are under AE14, they are going after RFP program. Ada tak AE14 student in this group? Ada any? Rasanya ada seorang dua. Anyone from AE14? Ada ke? In my other group memang ramai lah AE14. So those group AE14 students ni during SEM 7, they have to do a complete research project based on MFPC's guidelines. Okay, from the project they will sit for the exam. Nanti dia orang akan dapat this license, this certification. So with this certification, registered financial planner, dia orang boleh buka their own business untuk provide financial services. So it's not everyone boleh buka, okay, financial service firm. Dia kena ada certification, and of course after that they will get license. With the certification, they can get the license from bank negara. And the syariah part is as RFP. Pulanglah sama ada RFP or the syariah based. I think they're working on the RFP only, not the syariah based. Okay, then we have Financial Planning Association Malaysia, FM. Okay, it's a body for financial planning through certification programs called Certified Financial Planner and Certified Islamic Financial Planner. So this is the older version, but it's still valid. Yeah, they can still conduct the test and provide certificates to people who took their program. Yeah. Okay, and then we have Malaysian Financial Planners and Advisors Association, MFPAA. So previously it was known as Malaysian Association of Chartered Financial Consultant. Okay, so this is supporting bodies for practitioners. Okay, those people who work under the umbrella of financial services. Okay, their Chartered Financial Consultant program has been discontinued. However, they are not that active anymore compared to the previous one because now we have MFPC. So the most active now is MFPC and FPM. Okay, then we have Association of Financial Advisors. Okay, it represents the approved financial advisors firms and licensed financial planning firms in Malaysia. Okay, so this body help to coordinate all the financial advisors. So they also have trainings for their members. So it's a good place whereby they can get current information about the industry. Okay, for Takaful, we have Malaysian Takaful Association, MTA. So of course, based on the name, you know, it promotes the interests of its members to supervise the exercise of self-regulation within the Takaful industry. So even though they are operating under Takaful, they still need to be monitored by certain body to ensure that their practices are in line with what allowed under the industry. For insurance, for life insurance, we have LIAM, Life Insurance Association of Malaysia. So it's a trade association registered under Societies Act. LIAM has a total of 16 members. The companies are involved in life insurance companies. Of which 14 are life insurance and 2 are life reinsurance companies. Okay. Then we have Persatuan Insurans Malaysia, General Insurance. Tadi life kan, this is General Insurance. So PIAM jadinya. National Trade Association of licensed direct and reinsurance companies for the general insurance in Malaysia. So PIAM has 26 member companies. So these are companies, not the individuals. Then we have Federation of Investment Managers Malaysia for investment purposes, accountable to ensure members, namely is unit trust consultants. So earlier we talked about unit trust. So the people, okay, the companies that provide unit trust services, so they have to be monitored also. Okay, and private retirement scheme consultants, PRCs. So there are private retirement schemes are provided for those who are working in the private sector. For the government, we have a retirement scheme, okay, based on what's specified by the government. But for the private sectors, they can opt to have this private retirement scheme. So it's some sort of insurance arrangement, okay, for the future created by the companies. Okay, so they have to act on the best interest of the clients. Okay, the acts, okay, from Capital Markets and Services Act 2007. So it governs the licensing of financial planners. Okay. Then we have FSA Act 2013. It replaced the Insurance Act of 1963, the earlier ones. Okay, it promotes better accountability on the part of the insurer, insurance brokers and adjusters. Okay, people who are involved in trying to set policies, okay, for the clients. So it strengthened the standards that was promoted earlier, the 1963 Act. Okay, it ensure the operations are conducted in a sound manner, and of course, it provide greater protection to policy owners. Okay, through this more current Act, FSA 2013. Okay, then we have IFSA Act 2013. Okay, it's based on the Islamic concept. Okay, replace the Islamic Banking Act 1983, the older one, and Takaful Act 1984. So of course, from the new act, it strengthens the role of the Sharia Advisory Council. So now we have Sharia Advisory Council. So it provides the Sharia Advisory Council with recognition as the authoritative body over Sharia matters. Okay, so under here, so all the bodies involved, they need to have their Sharia Advisory Council. Even for in Securities Commission also, they have Sharia Advisory Council that looks into the matters regarding Sharia issues. Okay, still talking about Capital Market and Services Act. So it consolidates the Securities Act, the Future Industry Act 1983, and Part 4 of Securities Commission Act, which deals with fundraising activities. So any activities involving raising money, collecting money from the customers, okay, will be regulated, okay, under the Capital Market and Services Act. So it combines these previous three acts before under one act now. Yeah, it is supported by Capital Market and Services Regulations 2007, the licensing handbook and the guidelines on regulation of markets. So apa yang dia buat, what does it do? It regulate and provide for matters relating to activities, markets and intermediaries in the capital market. Okay, it governs the licensing also of the financial planners. So that means whatever they do, the customers are more or less are protected, okay, with the regulations that they provide. It's quite strict, okay. A lot of things have to be followed to ensure that the best interests of the customers are protected. Okay. Okay, still under CMSA, a key measure in benefit capital market intermediaries is the introduction of the single license regime, which effectively reduce administrative and compliance costs and ultimately saves time. So under this measure, intermediaries hold a capital market and services license as opposed to multiple separate licenses to carry on any one or more regulated activities. Okay, so earlier there were three acts pertaining to the different activities that need to be done. But under CMSA, the three acts have been put together, okay, under the CMSA 2007. So that makes it easier, okay, for the monitoring purpose and for the best interest of clients also. So it's easier for the providers that deals in securities. Securities maksudnya share, saham, bukan guard yang jaga keselamatan tu. Trading in future contracts. Okay. Future contracts ni apa? Future contracts. Kita tak fokus sangat in this class, tapi just nak you all tahu je. What is it? What is future contracts? Pernah dengar tak? Anyone? Okay, future contract ni adalah contract, business contract whereby we make the deals today, we sell the goods, whatever we want to sell today, but with the promise to deliver the goods later on. For example, dia kata 6 months future contract. Maknanya today they agree to sell berapa ton of sawit, katakan berapa ton of sawit to this client in 6 months. So they sell it today at today's price. Why do they sell it today? Kenapa dia nak sell at today's price? Not at the 6 months price? Because ada siapa ada idea tak? Kenapa dia nak sell today and not 6 months when dia dah ada sawit to deliver? Now dia tak ada sawit to deliver tapi dia nak set up the contract sekarang to make the deal now.
Harga lebih rendah.
Dia nak sell harga tinggi lah sekarang kan. Maknanya the seller feel that now the price is high. So they expect in 6 months time the price will go down a bit. Kan? Jadi kalau dia jual 6 months later ni macam rugi lah. Dia expect dia akan rugi. So they sell it now at today's price tapi dia dengan promise to pay in 6 months time. Maknanya in 6 months time barulah dia akan beli sawit tu at the price at the time. Tapi kalau harga sawit tu naik, apa jadi? Higher than today's price? Apa jadi to the seller? Untung ke rugi? Rugilah. So dia ada macam gambling kat situ. So that's why futures contract ni for syariah is like macam not allowed lah kan. Ada macam mixed arguments about futures contracts, tapi kalau saya personally rasa it's not halal lah, because memang it involves garar kan. Remember we are not supposed to have garar, macam tak sure lagi what's going to happen in 6 months time, ataupun yang lebih lama mana yang ambil 1 year contract kan. 1 year contract tu takkan dia bankrupt ke, orang yang beli yang dah bayar earlier ni they don't get their goods kan. Jadi macam unsure what's going to happen in the next few months or the next few years. So it's called futures contracts. Ada, it's done a lot. Malaysia mungkin tak apa banyak, but overseas it's done a lot. Masa saya belajar dulu, saya belajar overseas, memang belajar futures contract je. Saya kata, ya Allah, saya ni belajar memang benda-benda yang sangat konvensional, yang sangat not halal lah. Tapi itulah, saya pakar dalam bidang ni, pasal-pasal futures contract ni, cara nak kira semuanya. Tapi bila balik sini macam, bila kita dah belajar, benda ni tak boleh buat sebenarnya, sepatutnya. Okay, it's not halal. Saya tak tahu lah, tapi ada argument yang kata boleh. Wallahualam, mungkin cara interpretation tu. Okay, fund management. Fund management apa? Apa-apa institutions yang deal dengan handle kewangan, such as bank kan? Bank, semua bank tu they involve dengan fund management lah. Jadi banyak cara lah how they deal with the fund, give loan to people, purchase, sell and purchase agreement, they provide savings account, they provide current accounts, all sort of fund management activities. Okay, advising on corporate finance, this is more on the sort of financial planning activities. Okay, advise them on how to use their fund the best possible way. Okay, so they become advisor to big companies, big corporations. So they are making a lot of money through advising activities only. Okay, investment advice, about the same as advising, and financial planning also involve advising on how to handle our resources the best possible ways. But financial planning is more on the smaller scope of it, based on more on individuals or smaller companies. Okay, for corporate companies, they will get this advice of advisor for corporate finance. Okay, so license held by the license principal. Okay, CMSL, the licensing, provided by CMSL. Okay, license held by individual by CM, SR representative license. So if you want to become a financial planner, for example, so you get your license from CMSRL for representative license. Okay, the first one is more for companies. Okay, minimum qualification and experience required for CMSRL applicants for regulated activities. So based on CMSA licensing handbook, what do they need? Okay, for financial planning, based on FM, they will need a certified financial planner, CFP and or Islamic, qualification, and a member of FPAM. So they have to become a member. So in order to become a member, of course, this is all involve money. You have to pay your yearly fees also. Complete a minimum of 3 modules, specifically foundation in financial planning, investment planning, and retirement planning, and attend the familiarization program on financial plan construction and professional responsibilities, and become an associate member of FPAM. Okay, so these are the courses that you need to attend. Maknanya it doesn't have to be business background students. Those yang buat Arabic ke, bahasa ke, if you're interested to become a financial planner, you can join this program. For example, take their courses, get the certification, and then you can apply to become a member. And you can get the license lah to operate the business. Or you can be under Malaysian Financial Planning Council. So this is the more recent one lah, yang lama sikit. MFPC yang sekarang yang sangat aktif, promoting their activities through all sort of training. Okay, so they have RFP and Syariah RFP. So it depends. Okay, if you are interested in Syariah RFP, you can contact MFPC, sit for their papers, attend the courses, and sit for the exam. Exam ni taklah susah sangat. Boleh. Dia ada multiple choice questions. Dia tak ingat berapa soalan. Boleh lah, dia bagi notes and all that. You read, you can pass. And then yang susah sikit is the project. Ada assignment, but they teach you how to do the assignment. Assignment tu involve on macam you assume you're being a financial planner for a client. Jadi you kena carilah information for this client and buat a comprehensive plan for the client. So interesting. If you learn that, you can do it for your own self, for your own planning. Okay, for MFPC, a minimum of 3 modules. Okay, fundamentals of financial planning, investment planning, retirement planning. And then you get the certificate of proficiency and become an affiliate member of MFPC, or you can become Malaysian Association of Chartered Financial Consultant. Ini pun not that popular anymore lah. Yang ni yang sangat popular sekarang ni. Okay, so Chartered Financial Consultant, you can become the member, okay, of the association. Okay, more or less the trainings that they provide are about the same, all these 3 bodies. Okay, those who are interested can pursue. You don't have to worry about your background in anything. You can still become a financial planner. Penat tu cakap. Okay, the act still about FSA and IFSA. On 30th June 2013, Financial Services Act, FSA, and the Islamic component of it, IFSA, collectively referred to as X, okay? We call it X, come into effect by substituting and repealing the Banking and Financial Institutions Act 1989, Insurance Act 1996, Payment Systems Act 2003, Exchange Control Act, the Islamic Banking Act 1983 and Takaful Act 1984. So this become one or two big acts that cover all these aspects, okay, that were previously enforced. But now everything has been put together under FSA or IFSA for the Sharia activities. Okay. So the acts provide Bank Negara Malaysia with greater powers to counter future risks to financial stability in the financial sector. So Bank Negara feels that it's better for them to have FSA and IFSA instead of the many acts issued earlier. So it increased consumer protection, promote competition in broader financial services. So it plays Malaysia's financial sector such as banking, insurance and takaful, financial market, payment systems and other activities on a platform for advance, towards the more global activities. So currently Malaysia is well known in the financial activities industry. So a lot of people are coming to Malaysia to get our advice on how to prepare different instruments, for financial purposes. So Malaysia have the expertise in that area. Even the Middle East countries, for example, when they want to issue sukuk, they come over to Malaysia and get the advice of Malaysia, because Malaysia was among the earlier countries that come up with sukuk to for the Sharia components of bond. So previously we used bond to get a loan from customers, but through the issuance of sukuk, so we can get financial support from the public through the issuance of sukuk. Okay, so FSA 2013 provides that for the regulation and supervision of financial institutions. Provide look into activities regarding payment system, and other activities related to it. Look into the matter of money market and foreign exchange market. So in general, it promotes financial stability and for related consequential or incidental matters related to these activities. So it also provide for regulation. This is for IFSA. Okay, the I is not written there. IFSA. It provides regulation and supervision of Islamic financial institutions, payment system and other relevant activities. So overlook activities of the Islamic money market and Islamic foreign exchange market. And of course, promote the stability and compliance with Sharia and activities related to it. Okay. Missing ni I ni, FSA. Okay, so the highlights of it, you can read through, more or less we have run through it earlier on, and I talked about the two earlier. Okay, the Act provides a legal premise. Of course, with the Act, this is legally bind, okay, for comprehensive regulatory framework for Islamic finance in Malaysia that reflects the specificities of the various types of Sharia financial contracts. Okay, for under IFSA, we look into all the Sharia-based activities regarding financial uh, instruments and all that. Okay, it provides a foundation for shift towards a contract-based regulatory framework by providing legal recognition to the contractual agreements, okay, in accordance with the Sharia. Okay. So it clarifies also regulatory expectation on board of directors. So who should be in the board of directors? And the latest inclusion is now the harder rules said that in board of directors kena ada a lady representative. Baru sebelum ni tak ada wajib a lady representative in board of directors, so semua men saja. So probably ada a significant impact in terms of decision made if ada one lady director in the board. Okay. This is a summary of contract-based Sharia regulatory framework. So all these transactions undertaken by Islamic banks should be aligned with the prudential and business requirements of distinctive elements of the respective Sharia contracts. Okay, so under Islamic finance, this is for financial activities. So Islamic banks conduct financial intermediation functions. So they use Sharia contracts for Islamic finance, Sharia contracts. So distinct risk and reward profiles based on Sharia contracts. So whatever products that they prepare, they have to differentiate between the Sharia and the non-Sharia instruments or products. Okay. So end-to-end Sharia compliance under the Islamic Financial Services Act 2013, okay, from the licensing. So now they have the more overall activities. Of course, these are some of the functions. Okay, these are Sharia standards, okay, operational standards and oversight functions. The most important things, okay, they look into the activities. The role of the Sharia committee and board of directors become important to monitor financial institutions to ensure that they comply with Sharia concepts, okay, Sharia based activities. Okay, so priority of payment reflective of undertaking Sharia contracts. Okay, the most focus is on the overseeing the activities done. So the assets part of the Sharia contracts in Islamic financial business. For asset activities, they have sale base including murabahah, istisna, ijarah and tawarruk. And for equity base, we have mudarabah and musyarakah. And fee-based activity involve akalah, kafalah and rahnu. Later on, we'll go into it. For liabilities, we have Islamic deposits containing wadi'ah, akad and tawaruk. For liabilities, we have investment accounts. Okay. For equity, mudarabah and musyarakah. And for investment accounts, other we have wakalah. Okay, later we are not going into the detail yet. Okay, in terms of achieving a greater alignment with Sharia, three elements of the new legislation are noted. Okay, clearly defines the scope of assets and liabilities in Islamic banking business based on the underlying contractual framework. Okay, so under that new act, so everything is stated clearly what will be under the Sharia financing activities like we saw just now. Under assets and under liabilities, what are the activities provided there? So it gives provision concerning takaful business, clearly account for the nature of Sharia contracts that underpin the takaful operational framework. So the legislation brings the legal framework for the resolution of Islamic financial institutions in line with distinctive elements of the relevant Islamic rules and guidelines. So it's easier, it becomes easier, okay, for the bodies related to monitor under the new acts that combine, okay, all the activities together. Okay, so earlier it was mentioned about the Sharia authorities, okay, or the Sharia Advisory Board. Okay, what's important? Now we have Sharia Advisory Council for Bank Negara Malaysia. So this is the highest body for Bank Negara Malaysia to give advice pertaining to Sharia activities. Then we have Sharia Advisory Council of Securities Commission. Okay, this is for Securities Commission. This is for Bank Negara. And I think this is the topmost, should be on top. We have National Fatwa Committee. So we know National Fatwa Committee will make declaration of the new fatwa that were previously are not known yet by the public. So when there are new things happen, so they will come up with the fatwa, then only we can conduct activities based on the fatwa provided by the National Fatwa Committee. Yeah. Okay, for SAC of Bank Negara Malaysia, Syariah Advisory Council, it administer the Syariah compliancy of Islamic financial institutions. Okay, they monitor. Okay, when they say the company is Sharia compliant, okay, do these companies really comply with the compliance requirements? Okay, namely activities in banking and takaful institutions. Okay, so a lot are in banking and takaful institutions. So Sharia Advisory Council of Bank Negara will oversee activities by these institutions. So they started in 1997, quite some time ago. So it serves as the highest Sharia authority in Islamic finance in Malaysia. Okay. So SAC was given authority for the acceptance of Islamic law for the purposes of Islamic banking business, takaful business, Islamic financial business, Islamic developmental financial business, or any other business which is based on Sharia principle. So whatever are related to Sharia principles, so we can get the guidelines from SAC at Bank Negara Malaysia. Okay. As the reference body and advisor to Bank Negara Malaysia on Sharia matters, SAC also responsible to validate Islamic banking and takaful products. So they check whatever services and products are provided by Islamic institutions and also takaful to ensure the compatibility with Sharia principles. Sometimes they said they provide a Sharia-based product, but when the Sharia Advisory Council check, they don't really comply. Okay, so they will give proper advice, okay, to ensure this. So, and Bank Negara it gives advice to Bank Negara Malaysia on Sharia issue relating to Islamic financial business or transaction of Bank Negara Malaysia and other related entities. So they advise Bank Negara Malaysia all aspects regarding the Sharia activities. Okay, SAC of Securities Commission. Okay, Sharia Advisory Council of Securities Commission. So established in 1996, of course under SC. So the duty of the council is to advise SC on Islamic capital market operations. Okay, so under SC, there are companies, corporations that want to register their shares, okay, to be published in the bursa and all that. So some of them want their product to be classified as a Sharia product so that Muslim buyers will go after the product. So of course, you have to go through the SAC. Okay. The advice SC on Islamic market standardize and harmonize the application of Sharia principles and concept and review Sharia compatibility with other conventional instruments and new Islamic instruments. So the most important function being to endorse the permissible or permitted counters in its list of Sharia compliant securities. The most important functions is to check Sharia compliant securities saham ni. So companies who declare their products as Sharia based, so they have to go through SAC and then if comply, so the name will be listed. You can Google in Google untuk dapat list of Sharia based securities company. Kalau nak beli share nanti if you want to be sure that the company that you select to buy adalah Sharia based, boleh check in the list. So the council revise and publish the Sharia compliant securities list every 6 months. So they orang update every 6 months. So some companies mungkin they are listed now as Sharia based security, tapi 2-3 months from now they might be out because somehow they orang use products that are not Sharia based, but their percentage-nya dia tak semestinya need to be 100% Sharia based to be considered as compliant. Later kita akan jumpa that aspect. Okay, ni the list ni dah lama punya kot. You can just Google to dapat untuk check the latest list. Okay, Asia kan, Asia. Mungkin semua terkejut. Asia termasuk as Sharia based. Syariah ke? Ya. Okay. Oh, Asia tak, sorry. Tak ada S. Asia tak. Terus saya terkejut. Tadi Asia sebab ada serve alkohol kan. Banyak jugalah. 7-Eleven also kan, not listed under syariah. The rest tu tak ada apa sangat lah. Macam quite clean activities. Okay, syariah compliance securities exclude. What do they exclude? Operation based on riba tadi kan. Riba interest involving financial institution such as commercial and merchant banks and finance activities. Okay, so the activities the companies is involved in, kalau involve banyak yang involve riba, they will be excluded lah from syariah. Okay, operation involving gambling activities, macam they invest in futures market tadi, kan they invest in futures market. It's like gambling, it's not sure what's going to happen in the future. Activities involving manufacturing or sale of non-permissible, forbidden in Sharia point of view, products such as pork, liquor and non-slaughtered meat. Okay, so kalau involve pork, liquor and non-slaughtered meat, operations in the presence of gharar, uncertainty elements such as conventional insurance companies. Okay, kalau ambil insurance biasa tu, conventional is regarded as gharar lah. Okay, and then the third component regarding the Islamic group is the National Fatwa Committee. Okay, so the issuance of fatwa is carried out by institutions or individual organizations. So in Malaysia, the function to issue fatwa is included in the jurisdiction of Islamic law. Okay, so all states in Malaysia, including Federal Territories of KL, Labuan and Putrajaya, are vested with the power by the Federal Constitution. Okay, the responsibility to produce fatwa is given to the Mufti, who is assisted by the Fatwa Committee. Okay, so every state diorang boleh come up dengan fatwa yang bersesuaian after advice from the Fatwa Committee. Okay, ni ada fatwa untuk kita check fatwa kat situ. Okay, go through the website. Okay, that's more or less on laws and regulations, okay, regarding Sharia and non-Sharia activities also. Any question? Susah nak tanya kan tentang regulation and law ni. Saya pun tak suka tajuk ni. Because I'm not a law person sangat. Study law ni susah sebenarnya. Those yang ambil business law tu tahu . Okay, any question? All these notes dah ada kan in my guru? Saya rasa saya dah masuk sampai week berapa? 8 kot. So later on I'll add
belum
more
doktor.
for the
Baru week 4 tak silap.
week 4? Ya ke? Oh, maybe saya lupa klik group kot. Nanti saya check balik sebab saya rasa saya dah masuk banyak. Mungkin saya
Last
tak,
punya
kalau
nota pun tak ada lagi.
last punya nota yang mana?
Last
Last
week
class?
punya.
Oh, saya rasa saya tak klik group you all ni. Sebab masa saya key in tu, bila saya dah masuk kan saya kena tick group mana untuk view tu kan. Maybe saya tak pilih group untuk view. That's why tu tak nampak. Apa nanti saya tembak balik. Sebab benda tu saya dah masuk banyak juga. Okay, platform untuk the first assignment tu saya dah masuk kan. Dah check ada, so jangan miss it. And then forum hari tu, forum ramai lagi tak isi. The last time saya tengok ramai lagi tak masuk. Tolong masuk don't miss it sebab saya tak akan extend. You will lost marks kalau tak buat forum tu. Tak susah sangat pun. Kan soalan saya, umum je soalan saya. If you're planning for your future ke, what are you going to ensure that your financial goals can be achieved, kan something like that lah soalan yang umum. Maknanya very open question. You can say anything. What can you do to make sure that your financial goals you can meet it in the future. Maknanya based on your own ways, on your own perception, apa nak buat to reach your goal. So awak name lah apa goalsnya, macam mana nak achieve. Okay, ada yang nak buat ke?
Dah doktor.
Dah doktor.
Itu kan soalan saya.
Ya betul doktor.
Betul pasal financial goal.
Untuk first one tu saya letak answer senang saja, so saya tak nak susah lagi. Second tu maybe susah sikit. Boleh jawab yang bahasa, tak apalah, boleh lah. Okay, cuma group you all tak ada international. If dia ada group tu saya tak allow sebab ada one international student. kalau diorang jawab MBM pun nanti kawan lain kena translate kan. Macam leceh pula jadi je kan 2 kali. Okay, but this group ni tak apalah, should be okay.